Welcome to sportsbookraeview.com. I'm Flash. It's Serie A. It's week 25. Now, if you followed the boys on their parlay over the weekend, plus 350. Thank you very much. Go and collect. Also, there was plenty value to be earned. Milan winning away. Genoa, I thought they did really well. And there's a couple of teams that actually did lose games that played really, really well. Now I'm going to have Tan and I'm going to have Alex. But first of all, if you like this video, then please subscribe. Press the button and ring the bell. Ring the bell means I'll notify you and you'll know all about the shows on Thursday, which again will be Serie A, Bundesliga, Premier League, and on Friday, La Liga. And I believe next week we go back, madness complete. It will be Champions League and Europa League. Now, also, if you press a link in the description, that'll take you over to articles wrote by either Tan or Alex or Martin. But every other sport that we cover here on SBR is definitely going to be accompanied by an article. There'll be parlays, there'll be singles. But let me, listen, no further ado, as they say. Alex, plus 350 on the parlay. Perfect.
I'm sorry that Cagliari won, Flash, because you were so on it that they will not, and whoever...
Well, it was just I didn't trust them. I just didn't trust them.
Whoever goes with Cagliari is crazy and stuff like that.
Yeah, but...
Leave us to be crazy from time to time. It's good to be crazy, you know? So at 4.
It's so true.
The parlay won at 4.5. We had also some other winners. The Alex Classic... in that derby, in that clash,
Roma and Milan.
Milan. I had Parma with draw no bet. Unfortunately, after going 2-0 up again, something happened and they conceded 2 goals. And but at least it was avoided. It was not a loss, you know. So yeah. We love that. Also in Bundesliga, we had a pretty good week. So we are prepared for another week of great tips.
Yeah, we even had a good weekend in the Premier League, which is an absolute shocker. A little plus 220 2-team parlay came in as well. Tan, thank you for being on time. Secondly,
you are. It's already 3 minutes that you are spouting nonsense around, and you are still not getting to the point. Can we get to the point? You know,
yeah, I'll get to the point. You had a good weekend.
If you know what is the point, if you would ever know what is the point, I'm not.
He doesn't know what is the point because he didn't trust us with Cagliari. He doesn't know.
I won't mention that you didn't trust us with Cagliari. I won't mention that you didn't trust about under 2.5 Udinese Fiorentina. Doesn't matter. I would even touch the both teams to score in Spezia Parma. I would even touch the home double chance that was already reached on Bologna Juventus. I would even touch the Alex Classic on Roma Milan. I'm talking about the one and only. The one
and only Milan at plus 200.
No! Seriously. Guys, can we have some professional hosting this?
Oh, by the way.
Can we get anybody? Can we get... I'm talking about Verona Juventus. The Tan Madness.
Draw. Don't worry, I know.
The Tan Madness. The draw on Tan Madness on Verona Juventus. That was there and was exactly in that way. If you remember good, you also asked, do you think it would be a draw with goals? And I told you, yes, could be with goals.
Did I not say that it'd probably be 1-1?
No, you said... a draw with goals, and I said, yeah, could be with goals, but
see, that's my job.
But let me finish.
My job is to make you look good.
Let me finish. Esteban, can you mute him?
Yeah, but listen, we know.
Esteban, can you mute him? Because it's getting very difficult, this. Esteban, can you mute him? So, and you asked, but so you feel also the over 2.5 goals? So, no. Possibly, if it is draw, it's a 1-1. Bam! As your former teammate used to say. Mamma mia, that
exactly. He did, yeah. Okay, well, listen, it was on the 1-1. The draw is at plus 330. So, listen, the records will be up on Thursday morning because obviously the boys don't work Sunday night and that's 2 o'clock in the morning here in Costa Rica. So let's crack on. That's all fish and chip paper now. It is money in the bank, though, so we're happy with that. We're going to need a 2-team parlay, so get your heads together. If you're in the chat, it's your first time, then please press the thumbs up, just like I'm going to do now. There you go. Okay. First game, Lazio minus 210. Draw plus 360. And Torino at plus 760. Alex, I'll come to you first because I was quite impressed with Lazio, the way they started the game. I know they got beat 2-0, but obviously missing a penalty. They still kept going, and then it just never worked out for them, and they got beat 2-0.
They got, and this is the beauty of the game. We said that Bologna are a decent squad, have a decent squad. Lazio are coming after, especially at home. Lazio are coming after that defeat against Bayern Munich. That they were thrashed by the Bavarian giants there. It's normal that in the second half they dropped a little bit because they had no fuel, how you guys say in football. So it's normal. They were a little bit unlucky not to score, missing also that penalty. But all the credits to Bologna. They knew what to do. They knew how to open them, and they could even have scored even more goals. But also Lazio could have done it. On the other side, we have Torino that they didn't play their last game because there was a cluster of coronavirus in their team, and they are missing a lot of players important to us, like the first starters. And we are talking about most importantly Andrea Bellotti, Baselli, Bremer, Nkulu, Signo. So I think that 5 or 6 from the starting 11, you know. And you know how important Andrea Bellotti is for Torino, right?
Everything.
Almost everything, yeah. Also, Zaza is participating there up, but he's not that important. So most of the important players are missing. Right now, the odds are really bad on Lazio. This is why the bookies are giving them at 1.4 to win the game. So they are giving a sure win for Lazio. I think it will be more close than the odds suggest, and I don't think that. But also the Asian handicap, because I was thinking to give some Asian handicap to Torino plus 1.5. Also, that is really bad. It's at 1.58, 1.62. So I think that we will see plenty of goals in this one. I think that Torino will have big struggles to keep the ball safe and not to give the ball away to Lazio. Lazio will be eager to return to winning ways. They will try to destroy their opponents right now, and I think that this is the perfect chance for them to score at least 3 goals on their own. So I'm not going to the winners market. I'm going just over 2.5 goals at 1.86.
Okay, 1.86. Okay, well, you say that. Minus 125 is Lazio to win and over 1.5 goals, Tan. Surely that's the way to go, isn't it?
You know that I go with a betting tip with on every game. I will be very short on this because if I would go with a betting tip, I would say Lazio ahead half time and full time. But my suggestion is not to bet on this at all because there is 51% that Lazio Torino will be postponed because there are all those cases still, and that the local health authority won't give permission to Torino to travel to Rome. So my suggestion is not.
We'll stay with you then, Tan. Tan, because I've never known you be that short in your life. So Juve minus 400, draw plus 580, Spezia plus 1300. Now everyone's going to want to know, Tan, does Spezia score? Because if they score, is it Juve to win and both teams to score?
I bet that the last sentence you told me you heard many times. Look, Spezia is always giving some football some chance, always. And when you think that they are done, they always have the ability to come back in the game. It happened with Udinese. It happened against Parma. Juventus are doing exactly what I expected them to do. Exactly. Their huge technical gap over the others is allowing them to still stay into the Scudetto race, even if they are really at the edge of that. They struggled against Verona, but a very good Verona anyway came out with a draw against a very bad Juventus, because even when Juventus are playing bad, they have so much quality that anyway that is saving their back. Now, Spezia anyway can't cope that easily with playing so many games in such short time. They don't have the depth of the squad, but this doesn't mean that they will renounce to play. We see that every time they always perform, and especially they always do with the big teams. I see anyway that the criticism and the pressure on Juventus is too big, that I see them anyway getting this game. But considering how Spezia is always helping the entertainment, so I say combo, Juventus to win and both teams to score.
Okay, that's at plus 195, Alex. It's one of those. I thought, can we trust Juve to keep a clean sheet? Because it's all about the points now, and I'm wondering if it could be just like a 1 or 2-0 drab game.
I don't think that we should trust Juventus to keep a clean sheet, and Spezia are that difficult opponent that will score against you, even though they are a small squad, and like Tan said, they will have difficulties in playing so many games in a short period of time. But Juventus right now cannot afford to drop points. Right now they are 10 points behind the Inter. Yes, with the game in hand. Yes, they might go to 7 points, but is Inter season to lose, is not Juventus to win it, you know. I think that right now we can surely see that there is a gap between Inter consistency, how you say, also even the good thing that they are not playing in Champions League and Europa League, and they can only focus on the league. On the other side, we know that Juve have also Champions League next week, and they have to overcome a bad result from the last leg, from the first leg. So I think that Juve will win this. I don't think that they will do it convincingly, like many goals difference, but I think that they will start strong and they will lead by halftime. So halftime, full time at 1.75 for Juve, I think it's a decent bet.
Okay, okie dokie. Let's move on. Alex, I'll stay with you because it's Sassuolo at plus 290, draw plus 255, and Napoli at plus 110. Napoli needed a result at the weekend, kept a clean sheet, scored a couple of goals. Do we see this as an Alex classic?
We can, yeah. I think we can do it. Again, Sassuolo with Berardi, with Caputo, a little bit without Jeremy Boga, but not so important. But they have, they're always delivering against Napoli. If you see their last results, only in one game from the last 4, they failed to score. So I really think that the entertaining type of game that Sassuolo is doing, I think that this is with a. I think that Napoli will win it after all, to be honest, but Sassuolo will score. So probably the combo Napoli to win and both teams to score. But I think that the most value bet here is the Alex Classic. Like you said, both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals. Let's not complicate it.
Okay, let's not complicate it. But the thing is, Tan, can we trust Napoli? Because if Napoli put their best foot forward, and they're hungry and they're aggressive, because I believe that's the only way they can play. They're like one of them teams that can't play in second or third gear. They have to be all out, and when they are, they're a match for anyone.
The thing is that the scheduling has been very stuffed for Napoli, considering the short staff that they have available due to a mix of coronavirus and injuries. Although Mertens finally was back from the first minute after 3 months, and you could see it. He scored the decisive goal against Benevento, so that was already an asset. But Sassuolo not playing against Torino, resting even a bit more, so didn't have the 3 days between one game and the other. Napoli actually played even very late in the fixture, was the second last game of the scheduling on Sunday evening. In needing of points, and especially Sassuolo are able lately to slow down the pace of the game, and at least maybe not being very entertaining as it was, but at least getting something from that. Considering that Napoli anyway always are struggling to score, I say that this is the best odds of the week, and in my opinion is home double chance for Sassuolo. So
wow, he's going against the Napoli boys.
It's not madness. It's not madness. It's a home double chance. But considering what are the chances, in my opinion, for a home double chance, and what are the odds on that, the price is absolutely crazy for being a home double chance. In my opinion, Napoli are overpriced here. There is not such a gap between the two, and not with the premises we are in that. So, my opinion, the best odds of the week. Home double chance on Sassuolo.
Let's not forget that also Koulibaly got red carded and he will miss this game. Very, very important.
Very important, especially against the Sassuolo side that loves to attack down the middle.
Also, Kirikesh has injured and he will not play for Sassuolo. So, two very good center backs for both teams are missing. Barca, when saying Sassuolo, Napoli, both teams to score in the second half at 2.75.
I thought maybe. I just thought this was a game where you put both teams to score. You maybe 3 different games this week and just put a little free, both teams to score parlay. I thought this was one that gets a double tick. Next game, I gave you Milan. I told you again. I tell you what, I have it. When it comes to Milan, I know what beats them.
It was the official bet, because I didn't saw any official bet.
Sorry?
It was official bet, Milan to win?
No, not for me, because obviously I cannot.
Officially, it doesn't count. You didn't give me that.
But I'm here to advise. I said, I think that Roma will be bullied and outstrengthened by Milan. Week before, I said Inter will be far too good. And by the way, we'll come on to Inter. Remember, I used to say, like in Spain at Sevilla, they're playing the best football. Inter Milan, for me, have gone up a couple of levels. I watched them yesterday against a good Genoa side, and they were fluent. But we'll come to them anyway. But next game is Milan at -125. Some might see that as a gift. Some might see it as a trap. Draw +275. And Udinese at +390. Tan.
Gift. Total gift. When I saw the odds... No.
When I saw the +3.
When I saw the odds on Milan, I said, is there any mistake? I went... wait a second. Unbelievable. Just received now pop-up message from colleague that is at Milan training ground. So there is a medium-term injury for Ibrahimovic that for muscular injury will miss probably at least 10 days. So,
it says the new name for this muscle injury is the Sanremo muscle injury.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, will he still be attending the festival?
Yeah, of course he will.
He's
got festival hamstring.
Before that.
No.
Got a bit big. You watch it tonight and be like,
no. It's real injury. It's real injury.
Of course it is.
And he might
get sent off on the 20th of December, so we had Christmas at home and couldn't play.
No. It's real injury, and he might miss from what they are writing at least also the first leg against Manchester United, at least, if not both, because they are talking about damage in the muscle that will be reconsidered in the next week. So we know that at least 1 week.
So is Milan still a gift or not?
It is anyway still a gift. Yesterday, Ibra left for an injury, and Milan played the same, if not even better. They were absolutely convincing, as they were not in the last months. When I saw that price, I said, is that something I'm missing? There has been an outbreak of coronavirus at Milan camp, because that's nonsense.
It's Çalhanoğlu, is Rebic, is Benacer, is Ibrahimovic. 4 of them.
What?
Injured.
No, Rebic is not injured.
Injured, muscle injury. It appears on the sheet with injuries. Will not play, definitely, 100%.
Rafael Leao will be back, though.
I will check that, but anyway.
So listen, are we underestimating an Udinese side?
Yesterday ended the game normally.
I saw a lot of stuff also on Twitter, also on the news on the media, and it says Benacer, Çalhanoğlu, Mandzukic, Rebic, and questionable Ibrahimovic.
Okay.
No. Ibrahimovic
Tan,
is
are you
the only
expecting
one.
them to play?
Ibrahimovic is the only one that is sure that he will miss. But anyway, even if Rebic and Çalhanoğlu, and let's admit that Rebic and Çalhanoğlu will be missing. Even that, aside the fact that Çalhanoğlu yesterday was negative, possibly the only one that played badly at Milan. But aside that, see, for many months we saw Milan having tons of problems and always performing. Then we saw them that actually they had recovered every players against Inter, against Spezia, and they lost both the games. With Milan, it's a lot about that positive thinking I was talking about a few weeks ago. It's a lot about the mindset. Udinese are always playing flat in that same way. No ups, no downs. But the performance that Milan gave yesterday, it's particularly important. So minus 125, in my opinion, just grab it about Milan. Just grab it.
Just grab it, Alex.
Okay, if it's just grab it, you guys grab it. I will cheer for you. I will cheer for you. I wouldn't put my money into Milan yesterday. Yes, they played great yesterday. They deserve to win that game. If you're going for the value, because someone in the chat was saying Milan to score from a penalty, I would say Frank Kessie, anytime goal scorer at 3.6 with some bookies, at 4.3 with other bookies, because he is the one that is hitting the penalty kicks. So I think that is a really good value on them. But if it is to put my money into something and you are forcing me, anyone is forcing me, I will go draw double chance on Udinese at even money.
Good side, Udinese. Good side. They worry me a little bit, but I love it. It's a lineup check for me. There's some good things in this card, and I'm just thinking Milan, Udinese. It's just a tight one. Alex, your team, Atalanta. Absolutely. Listen, this is just easy. Atalanta minus 500, draw plus 700, and Crotone a massive 1800. Where are you going to get the value? Are Atalanta going to blow them away?
Yes, they are. I love them against Sampdoria. Crotone are dead. Crotone are
relegated.
Dead. Yes, absolutely, 1000%. Trust my work. They are not staying in Serie A this season. That's it. They lost the plot. Mentally, they are bye-bye. The game against
how
Cagliari,
they are mentally?
Bye-bye mentally, yeah. Against the Cagliari, I saw nothing almost from them. A little bit of action in the first half. In the second half, when Cagliari went one man down, Likoyannis, very important loss for Cagliari. They couldn't put the pressure on Cagliari. They couldn't do anything. Yeah, I think that Cagliari are that type of team that you cannot trust them to even score right now.
Sorry, guys. 3 weeks absence for Ibrahimovic. So very likely he will miss both legs against Manchester United.
Thanks, Tan.
So not even trust them to score right now. They only scored in the last 5 games against Sassuolo one time. And I think that they conceded around 12, 14 goals in the process. Atalanta dominated in the last week. I think that they will put on a great performance also against Crotone. Right now, Atalanta are 4th. They want to keep that Champions League position. We still have 14 rounds till the end of the season, but it's very important to take points from teams like that, because next week you will have Champions League back, So I think that it's very, very important in 2 weeks for Atalanta, next week for others. But -2 on the Asian handicap at 1.87 for me.
Okay, it's funny you say that you think that Crotone struggle, because Mashari's gone with Atalanta and both teams to score. Sorry, Mashari, I've actually gone with Atalanta to win to nil, Tan.
Well, first of all, Musti is saying, Tan, I won't refund if the gift Milan, I guess, if the gift fails. Your neck is on the line, no backing out. Now it's locked and loaded. I didn't see the money, Musti. Send the money and then you will get a refund. As long as you don't send any money, I'm sorry, you don't get any refund. It's in the meaning of the word refund. Breaking news for Crotone. Half an hour ago was sacked Stroppa, the manager, and literally a couple of minutes ago was announced the new manager, Serse Cosmi. Will this be enough to stop Atalanta? I don't think so. But and will this be enough to keep Crotone in Serie A? I totally don't think so. But Serse Cosmi, for who doesn't remember him, it was the manager at Perugia at the beginning of the century that discovered so many of those great Perugia players that actually went even on to win the World Cup. Materazzi, Fabio Grosso, there were also Liverani, Nakata, so many of them. But he's a huge fighter as a manager. Someone that anyway will just completely turn around the team. Crotone was accustomed to play or to try to play an offensive football. Now they will just go and defend, over-defend, try with counter-attack.
The problem with that is they can defend. They don't know how to defend.
Well, I think that anyway, he will try to lock the team in some way. So at least he will try to lock. Then it takes a bit of time, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, every new manager goes in. I mean, apart from maybe Huesca in La Liga, every manager goes in, he starts at the back. He says, right, let's stay in games. Let's not give gifts. Let's not be fighting an uphill battle straight away because you're 1 or 2 down in the first half hour.
Yeah, but especially with Crotone. Crotone got by far the worst defense. And then
Atalanta probably one of the most devastating teams when they're on their day.
Exactly. But maybe, you know what? It's not part of my top 5 kits. But if someone feels that wants to take a risk, I suggest to go with draw at the halftime, Atalanta to win full time. Atalanta can win this game in second gear without getting out of the second gear. And they played week in, week out, twice week in, week out in the last 3 weeks because they had the Coppa Italia semi-final and the Champions League. So basically in the last 3 weeks, they played Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, Wednesday, Sunday, and again now Wednesday. The next week, it will be the first midweek relax they have in a month. So
maybe
if
a
you
lot of
find
people in the
someone
chat thinking half-time, full-time, Tan.
Yes, exactly what I'm saying. If
you said draw half-time, Atalanta full-time.
Yeah. What did you repeat? Sorry.
They think the opposite. They think Atalanta come out the gate. They get one in the first half. Some people are saying
no. In my opinion, totally the opposite because
I know.
You find someone that is very angry and motivated at the beginning, and you are not much motivated because even against Sampdoria, Atalanta not even needed that much to get out of third gear to win the game. And then when you say, okay, guys, now let's stay focused, let's just win this game, and you win it because Crotone anyway can get out of that. So, not part of my top 5
teams. 6 aside, listen, Tan, 6 aside, he's at it again. He's betting his house, his wife's organs on Atalanta. I mean, it's unbelievable that he's putting up his wife's organs. What's she going to play next? Right, let's move on. Benevento.
I
understand
those bets on my mother-in-law or stuff like that, you know, that we are doing it in the past. But to put your wife organs on a bet, that a little bit worries.
Yeah, ain't that what they play?
Nah, but probably he's
like this.
He's a character of like a 40-year-old virgin, so he's married with a dummy, so that's why the organs.
Hey, stop getting so serious. Benevento plus 240, draw plus 230, Verona plus 140. Verona, one of the stronger sides, well-organised sides. I was close to going with Verona, Tan, but I left it alone, just thinking this could be a draw.
It could be. Let's remind, Verona always great with the big teams and then wasting points with the minor teams. Benevento, as I predicted a few weeks ago, I said the last 3 at the bottom of the table at the moment looks the more likely overall that could be relegated. The one that I think will drop many positions and can be the fourth to be involved is Benevento. And it seems like because they were overperforming and because the others were getting better, the Torinos, also the Fiorentinas. Benevento now they are dropping position. They are very motivated to get something out from here. Verona, after getting the draw, could feel like a bit more briefing up, even if Juric is not someone that is letting relax completely his team. Anyway, I'm not sure with the final outcome, but at the halftime, I go with a draw at the halftime. Pippo Inzaghi understand exact how much dangerous can be Verona with some little amnesia defensively. So draw at the halftime.
Draw at the halftime. You love that when Benevento are involved. Alex, do you have anything on this game?
No, but I totally agree with this draw at halftime. I will push it furthermore, and I will say draw at the full time. I think that, and also under 2.5 goals. This is what I see. Draw with maybe even both teams to score no. I think it will be, yeah, somewhere there, but both teams to score no is around 2.15, 2.2, you know. So even if you do both teams to score no and with a different bet, you do draw, you will win something if one of the outcomes wins. But I think that this will be like catch me to catch you kind of a match. You know, they will neutralize at the middle of the pitch. Both of them. We will not see a lot of opportunities of scoring. So if you have something more important to do in those 2 hours, change the channel, watch a movie.
Well, the next game, Alex, is obviously the 2 winning sides from our parlay at the weekends. And now you might be split because it's Cagliari at +170, draw +240, and Bologna at +190. The odds can't split them. Can you?
No, the odds can't split them. I don't want to split them. I am playing the draw. Simply like that. I think that it's probably my second draw from the entire season.
I know, I like it. I like it. You're singing my song.
At 3.4, I think that this is probably the most valuable play of the midweek, in my opinion. This is not a banker. No, nothing to do as a banker, because you know that in the midweek it's very, very tough to predict winners in
and that's why draws become
rounds.
Very valuable.
Exactly. At 3.4, I think that Cagliari will fight not to lose this game. I think that Bologna have a little bit more skills and more quality than Cagliari right now. So I think that the draw is on the cards. Maybe also the over 2.5 goals. Maybe a draw with goals, something like that. A 1-1, a 2-2 draw, yeah.
Wow. Cagliari, Bologna. You, Alex, went with Cagliari at the weekend. You went with Bologna. Are you going with them again away from home? They're organised. But how well did they actually do, Tan?
I actually went with both Cagliari and Bologna in the weekend.
Oh, okay. Well,
Cagliari,
do you want to get that trumpet out and all?
No, because you said that he went.
Do you want to mention you went with +330 with Juve draw?
No. I don't know. You said one thing. It was not correct. I
said one thing, and you carried on and went for 3 things.
I said with both. That was the thing.
I didn't know. I wasn't interested if you went for both.
And actually, I said Cagliari replaced the manager for sure. They will get out with a winner from Crotone. That's what happened. But anyway, it's not enough. Obviously, that
you're turning into Nostradamus, aren't you?
No. Tancradamus, you want to mean? I don't know.
You don't know Nostradamus?
Tancradamus, I don't know. Tancradamus.
That's a new one then. Tancradamus.
Tancradamus. Well, considering that last year on a more serious side at the end of January, I predicted, guys, this SARS and H2 that is coming. This time is it all the world. Someone could be carried away to call me Tancradamus. Sticking on Cagliari, Bologna.
I remember, Tan. What's happening with Mount Etna?
Like out of nowhere. Okay, Mount Etna is always very active, so it's not something that is uncommon In fact, think that...
So the locals just go about their business?
Partially, yes. Let's say that every year there is a big activity. In fact, as Sicilians, we are very cynical. We call that just the mountain. And people are just carrying around their things. Let's say, though, that this activity of the last 2 weeks is possibly the biggest in the last, I would say, couple of decades. So it's up to take care particularly. Anyway,
all right, don't go on.
Life is going on.
All right, don't go on.
Normally.
Bologna.
Anyway, much more important, Cagliari Bologna. Look, Cagliari, they started good. Possibly Di Francesco might think, couldn't you guys give me one more game at the head of Cagliari that we were going to face Crotone? Maybe me too, I would have been able to win. Anyway, this is what happened. Bologna are coming from 4 positive results in a row, which leave them in the middle of the table and leave them particularly free in mind to play. So not to be particularly stressed. I think that Bologna will be the one that will open the game, and Cagliari will pick up the chance scoring, but Bologna could come back in that. So I go with Alex Classic, both teams to score and over 2.5 goals.
Yeah, I fancy everyone's, if you go with Alex or you go with Tan, you're looking at the game being maybe a 2-2 draw. Listen, obviously, you can have a little shekel on that. Let's move on.
Also, let's not forget that last week, someone was even smarter than us, and they predicted Joao Pedro to be anytime goal scorer in this Cagliari Crotone match.
I tell you what, I'm not impressed with. 57 thumbs up with 138 you watching. Come on, sort that out. Fiorentina gone backwards for me at plus 300, draw plus 250, and Roma at plus 105. The Roma bounce back, Tan, and if they do, 105 on the plus side is very, very, very good.
It took me a while to get a prediction on this. Very hard game. Could be not that entertaining, as often it happens lately with Fiorentina, that lost for really one little moment of unfocusing the game at the end with Udinese. But I don't know if they have the quality to overcome that difficulty against Roma that will want to come back after Milan. So could be a very steady game. And for that reason, I go with draw at the halftime, which very often is coming out with Fiorentina.
Yeah, I can't work Fiorentina out, Sam, because if they go on their front foot, and remember how well they did against, obviously, an abject Juve performance back in the day, and then all of a sudden they found their flow and they were at least threatening. Now they've gone back in their shell and they seem to be second-guessing themselves. People are not running off the ball. And when people run off the ball, that shows you the confidence they've got in their teammates to execute. I see that it's dwindling.
It was a different game, that one with Juventus. First of all, Juventus is the biggest rivalry for Fiorentina in the whole season. Secondly, in that moment, Fiorentina were desperate and possibly Juventus were overconfident and saying, yes, we will handle this good. A completely different premises that so far they faced only once. Now Roma are more angry for the way they lost against Milan. Once again, Roma wasn't able to win a game against one of the top. It's unbelievable. Roma,
always. They're weak. They're weak.
Against the top, yeah, right. Against the top 10 team, they only won once. And it was Verona. So top 10 by chance, let's say. So Verona will want to strike back. But Fiorentina will be careful at the beginning. Can they last? I don't know. But blow at the halftime, I go with that.
Okay, no worries. Draw at halftime. Do you trust Roma to go away from home and get a result? Well, then, Fiorentina, double chance, Alex.
No, I trust Roma to go back and to bounce back and win this game against such a poor Fiorentina side. We have two different teams, and thank God that Fiorentina are not in the top 10. Like Dan mentioned, and Roma can beat them. They don't have it will not count on their record there. Roma are still there in 5th place, are fighting for a Champions League position. They are only 2 points behind Atalanta and Juventus right now, and They are there, This is not a must win because again, we still have many rounds till the end of the season. Fiorentina are not so desperate right now. They are okay, not so stressed with 7 points above the danger zone, above the relegation zone. But if they keep it the same, I think that in 4 or 5 weeks they will find themselves questioning what is happening. We are fighting relegation. Fiorentina, a team with decent players. But Roma
I can
right
tell
now,
you, if they get that's unbelievable. If you want to tell you this, it's unbelievable. It happened already 2 or 3 times in the last 15-20 years to Fiorentina to face the danger of relegation. Not talking when they went bankrupt, to face the danger of relegation. When they get close to that area, to that zone, they get completely crazy because they still remember, they are still traumatized. It's unbelievable. From season 92-93, when Fiorentina was third of the table by more or less 13th round of the season.
Is that Batistuta?
Yes, Batistuta, Effenberg, they were there. Then happened, Fiorentina was going great. Then happened that there was a row between the manager and the president. It is rumored that the manager of that time flirted with the wife of the president at a party. And the president got crazy, and for this reason, he fired him. We are talking about what was a great manager, Gigi Radice, won the Scudetto with Torino and everything. So basically, Fiorentina replaced the manager, being third of the table, something they weren't since a decade. They start to lose game after game with a team involving Batistuta, Effenberg, whatever. Last game of the season, they draw their game, they are overtaken at the very last game, and they are relegated. So when they get close to that relegation zone in Florence, they start to get crazy. They start to talk all over again about that 92-93. When I went, what was last year, I think, to Florence, and they were close to that relegation zone, and they were talking to me about this. So, guys, you are crazy. Are you comparing that to something that happened 20 years ago, 30 years ago? I mean, that is out of mind. But that is how unstable can be the environment in Florence.
So did I get something against Roma or not?
That's nice. 2.05.
Charles Ofdensen talking about the fact that also Brian Laudrup was in that Fiorentina. In fact, Effenberg, Batistuta, and Brian Laudrup.
Brian Laudrup, yeah. Okay, Genoa plus 200, draw plus 240, and Sampdoria at plus 165. Will someone please give me a shake and tell me why Sampdoria are favourites away from home? Alex, I thought Genoa were really good yesterday. They went behind early. No, there's no shame in that. I think Inter are head and shoulders above. Anything else in Serie A? Listen, I don't think they get beat here, Genoa.
I don't think that they get beat either. So you can put in a parlay, for example, a draw double chance at 1.5. I think that is a great set of odds for an accumulator bet, for a parlay bet. But I cannot trust them to go all the way and win this game. Maybe with a penny there at almost the odds are down a little bit. If we had them at plus 200, now we have them at 185, so 2.85, the best odds on the market right now. So this is the only play that I would go from this match. Draw double chance on Genoa in a parlay bet at 1.5. I don't trust either Sampdoria to go against Genoa on the road and win this game. And I really don't understand why they are favorites to win it. I don't get it.
No, I don't. Tan, I think that Genoa are just like maybe a top-class striker or just below top-class striker to finish off the good work because they're neat, they're tidy, they're brave on the ball, they're organised. And even though they got beat 3-0 yesterday because they got done by the power and pace of an Inter side that are playing on top of their game, I just think draw no bet at plus 100. I can see Genoa winning this, maybe 1-0.
Look, I was leaning towards under 2.5 goals, which is very, very common in Genoa Sampdoria derby. Compared to all the other derbies in Italy, this is by far the one with lowest goal scoring stats. Then I started to, there was something, some alert that came out in my mind. I said, wait a second, let me double check this suspect. I will tell you about that suspect. First of all, I should stress one thing. Genoa played with huge rotations against Inter exactly because they were saving their best man for the derby. Sampdoria didn't play with that huge rotations, but I was at their training. I saw their training on Tuesday. I saw their squad, their starting 11 yesterday against Atalanta. I couldn't explain myself why they didn't start with Quagliarella and especially Keita. Keita was, at least on Tuesday, the best player from what I saw in the training. Then I connected, wait, maybe Sampdoria too is thinking about the derby. But also, I started to think one thing. I said, okay, wait a second. Actually, compared to Inter Milan, to Lazio Roma, to Juventus Torino, most of all those derbies, Genoa Sampdoria is the derby where the fans' effect is affecting the most what's happening on the pitch. That's why you always have a huge number of cards, huge number of fouls and everything. But this will be already the fourth consecutive derby they are going to play without fans in stand. They played one last summer, they played one in autumn of Coppa Italia, and they played in the first leg of that. So I said, wait a second, now that I'm thinking about, and my suspect was confirmed, the last three derbies, or each of them without fans, so without that pressure that is breathing on your neck, especially in a stadium like Marassi, they all ended with both teams scoring. I checked the history of Genoa derby. It was 10 years since there were three consecutive Genoa derby ending up with both teams scoring. It's not a coincidence. The fear to lose the derby when the fans are in the stand for Genoa Sampdoria, and often when they play the derby, at least one of them is involved in relegation zone. It's affecting a lot the way they play. Not having the fans possibly is helping them to play more football and kicking less. So I swapped from under 2.5 goals to go with both teams to score, which, considering the kind of market, is not even that low.
Okay, both teams to score for you. Then last game, let's crack on, boys, please. Parma, plus 1,200. Draw, plus 220. And Inter, it says plus 60. That's my sausage fingers. It's minus 160.
I'm sorry, I wanted to say to Rampage, no, we never said that the Genoa will beat Inter. We gave them an Asian handicap, so if you want to make fun...
Yeah, and I had double chance as well, Rampage, to sort yourself out.
Check your facts, because, sorry, yeah.
Parma Inter, and that's my fault, not Zook's. It's Inter minus 160.
It was a gift from the football gods if it was a plus 160. Yeah. I would put my house on it. Basically, Inter showed a brilliant performance last weekend. Amazing. They did an amazing job against Genoa. Like Tan said, Genoa played with some bench players to have them fresh for Wednesday match. I think that Inter will continue on the same note. Lukaku should be called the player of the season, in my opinion. He was by far the best player till now this season. I think that also Lautaro Martinez, together, the two of them are just brilliant. But Barella, Bastoni, I mean, this team has to should easily win the season right now. If they don't win the season, it will be a big problem for Inter.
Alex, what shirt are you wearing?
Lukaku.
And is the Serie A jinx in full force?
No, because it was the same last week.
Good boy, good boy. As long as we know, we put our shekels.
Yes. On the other side, Parma, the second draw in a row, again 2-2, and again from two goals up. I think that they have a problem in finishing up what they start, both against Udinese and against Spezia. If it's not, it was not a huge surprise, let's say, against Udinese, but it was a huge surprise against Spezia after going 2-0 up to not to win the game, I think that they will have problems to open Inter. I think that Inter to win 2-0 is a good bet also, but I really like Inter and under 4.5 goals at 1.78. I don't think that we'll see more than 4 goals in this match.
Okay, it's around minus 130. I've gone with Inter minus 1.5. I think they win maybe 3-1, maybe 2-0, but they get the job done, Tan.
Yeah, getting the job done, it won't be easy because, as you see, Parma is, for as much as they are doing, they can't get this win. And obviously they are frustrated. But when the frustration is piling up and it is too much, then you can't bear with that anymore. Not yet, but anyway, it is super frustrating after being 4 goals up in the last 2 goals, not having won, not even once. Any game. It will be a fight. And I think that Inter won't destroy Parma. I don't think so. Parma will really put up a good fight. But anyway, the way they are performing, Inter is giving confidence. For how much betting on Inter can give confidence. If I had to find the value here on something that is going on addressing to Inter, I would say Inter to be ahead half-time and full-time, which doesn't mean winning with large gap. But anyway, Inter are coming from 5 wins in a row and 9 consecutive home wins. But anyway, in these last 5 games, they always were ahead already at the half-time. So if you believe that Inter win, it's very likely that they will be ahead already at the halftime. Let me add that there is someone that is saying...
let's not forget that they kept 6 clean sheets in their last 7 league matches.
Yeah, listen, they look so good. They look so balanced. Oh, listen, the movement, that they look proper. And yes, that's it. Game over for the Serie A title, by the way. Thumbs up, by the way. We're at like 50%. 141 watching, 70 thumbs up, bang on 49.99%. Esteban, let's have a look at the official picks, please, for this midweek 25 card. Atalanta -2 on the Asian handicap, -117 for Alex. Cagliari draw +240. AS Roma +105. Inter and under 4.5 goals at -130. Tancredi, Milan -125. Genoa, both teams to score at -155. Sassuolo, double chance, -125. Juve to win and both teams to score at +175. And Inter, half-time, full-time at -125. Genoa, draw no bet, +100. Inter -1.5 at -125. And Atalanta, win to nil at -110. Now we need 2-team parlay. You've been flying, gentlemen. You're going to do well to get near your +350 from last week. But Alex, give me your first leg, please.
I'm going Inter -1.5 on the Asian handicap at 1.8.
Yeah, -125. I've done that myself. And Tan?
I say Milan to win.
Milan straight win.
Yes.
And again, that's at -125. Straight win. That's it then. There's your 2-team parlay. It's a Milan derby. Inter -1.5, so they have to win by 2. And Milan just to win the game at -125. Now, if you like this video, then please subscribe, press the button, ring the bell. Ring the bell means we'll notify you and you'll never miss any content again. And remember, Thursday, we're back to normal. It's Serie A, Bundesliga, Premier League. And on Friday, it will be La Liga. Also, press the link in the description. Get yourself over to the website and you'll see articles by Tan, by Alex, by Martin, and every other show that we have here on SBR Sports, and even some that we don't show on video, they are actually covered in writing. So go over and enjoy yourself. Please press your thumbs up. We need 18 of you. There's 147 watching. We need 18 of you to get to 100. Press your thumbs up on the way out. Have a great midweek. Alex, Tan, thanks a lot. Alex, good luck to your family, by the way, sir. I know these are trying times. We all send you strength and we send you plenty of love. Take care, gentlemen, and we'll see you again on Thursday.